And on the opposite spectrum of reactions I was not expecting when leaving Mormonism was the reactions of members, and especially family members that were LDS, that were so above and beyond upset to the point where some of them were verbally pretty violent. And as a disclaimer, there was a handful of people that reacted just wonderfully, beautiful, wonderful people. Still have them in my life, still love them to pieces. In Mormonism, you're taught that if you want to know whether or not the church is true, you should pray about it. And so I was praying my little heart out for like 3 years. And every time I prayed, I got the answer that it was wrong and that I needed to leave and that it was dangerous and that I should not raise my child in this religion. And no matter how many times I prayed, that is the answer I kept getting. I'd already invested 22 years of my life into this religion. And so I was desperate to get a positive, it's great, go ahead and do it answer. Never came. Prior to this, I'd had a huge testimony, was 120% into the church, followed every single rule, was above and beyond invested in this religion, totally believed it. There was not even a possibility in my brain that it could be false. So because we have this policy, pray and you will get your answer, I thought when I explained to family members upon leaving that I'd prayed and God had told me that it was wrong and that I shouldn't be part of this religion, I thought they'd be understanding. But I had a lot of people accuse me of being unworthy, that I must not be good enough, otherwise I would have gotten the right answer, that have accused me of never having a real testimony, which is gaslighting and bullshit, because I sure did. I based 22 years of my life on this religion. I was gung-ho and fully invested. I had one family member tell me that leaving meant that I wasn't good enough for my husband anymore, despite the fact that he is a grown-ass man and was leaving at the same exact time. So it's not like I was leading him away or that I was making him go to church every week without his wife. Oh, that poor man. Nope, he also... And I had one family member in particular who basically got me into a corner, got me into a situation where I physically was unable to leave. Like at nighttime, I was in my pajamas at their house in a neighborhood that's really sketchy at night, and I had no car or no way of transporting myself out of there, and screamed at me, told me horrible things about myself for a full half hour, despite the fact that up until this point, I never said a bad word against the LDS Church. I had been super happy and like, it's just gotta be the right path for you, but I prayed and I feel like it's really not the right path for me. They could not respect that. Impossible to respect. Unless I was getting the same answer they were, then clearly I was lying and unworthy. That was one of the encounters that made me go, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna talk about my experience.